Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a really powerful framework that helps you stop just making random marketing noise and start building a real, predictable system for getting leads. And this entire explainer is based on an awesome article by Chantel Girardi. So, let's get right into it.
So let's just start with this question, because it really gets to the heart of the problem, right? You're out there, you're posting, you're doing all the things you're supposed to do, but the leads, well, they're kind of all over the place. It can feel like you're shouting into the void, just creating noise instead of actual conversations.
And here's why that happens. Getting someone's attention for a split second isn't the same as capturing their interest. The source material points out that if someone likes your post or leaves a quick comment, but there's no clear next step for them, that opportunity just disappears. Poof, gone.
And that feeling, it leads to what we can call the marketing hamster wheel. You're just running and running, posting and posting, but you're not actually moving forward. It's this reactive cycle that happens when you don't have a real system. It's just random acts of marketing. So the whole point here is to make a shift. On one hand, you've got that reactive approach, random posts, leads that are totally hit or miss, and just so many lost opportunities. But on the other hand, you have a proactive system, one that's designed to capture interest, to build trust, and to turn that into actual, genuine inquiries. That's where we want to be.
Okay, so how do we get there? Well, we have to build a bridge from that first flicker of attention to a real conversation. And that bridge has a name. It's a lead magnet funnel. So let's break down what that actually is.
At its core, a lead magnet is just a simple, valuable trade. You offer a potential client something really useful for free, like a guide or a checklist, and in exchange, they give you their email address. The key here is not to make it super complicated. You want to offer a fast, specific solution to a very specific problem they have right now.
And they can come in all shapes and sizes. It could be a simple checklist, a short guide, a fun quiz, a workshop, you name it. The absolute best ones are short, super actionable, and they give your potential client a quick win. It makes them think, wow, if the free stuff is this good, imagine how amazing their paid service must be.
All right, so we get what a lead magnet is. Now let's talk about the how. We're moving on to the actual blueprint for building the funnel. And you'll see, a funnel that really performs doesn't have to be complicated at all. In fact, simple is way better. Now, what's so cool about this is how these 5 steps create this little automated engine for your business. It starts with your awesome lead magnet. They sign up on a super simple form, they get tagged in your system, and then, and this is the magic part, an automated 3-email sequence kicks off, all leading to a really clear next step. It's a system that works for you even when you're not working.
And why is that automation so critical? Because timing is, and I mean this, everything. The second someone downloads your resource, a clock starts ticking. That's when their interest is at its absolute peak. You have to have an automated follow-up ready to go to capitalize on that initial excitement before it just fizzles out.
And this is what that automated follow-up looks like. It's a simple, timed sequence. The first email goes out right away, delivering the goods. A couple of days later, you send another one that adds even more value and explains why this problem is so important to solve. Then, a few days after that, a final email highlights the cost of doing nothing and invites them to take the next step. It's a brilliant way to build trust while the lead is still hot.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a ton of work. But here's a great shortcut from the source material. You can actually use AI to help you build out the content for your funnel way faster. But, and this is a big but, AI is the tool, not the strategist. You have to lead the way.
So for example, instead of spending hours trying to think of the perfect name for your lead magnet, you can use a prompt just like this one. You just tell the AI who you are, who your audience is, and what problem you're solving, boom! It'll spit out some fantastic, compelling names for you in seconds. No more guesswork.
And check this out, it gets even better. You can have AI draft that entire 3-email sequence we just talked about. You give it the name of your lead magnet, you give it the structure, and it can write the subject lines, the email copy, everything. This can literally save you hours of work. Okay, so you've built your system. You've got your lead magnet, your emails are all set to go. But now, how do you actually get people into the funnel? Let's take a look at a few of the strategies the article mentions.
Now, the big takeaway here is not to try and do all of these at once. Just pick one. Pick a strategy that actually feels good to you and matches where your audience hangs out. Maybe you love being on camera, so a webinar is a no-brainer. Or maybe you're more of a one-on-one person, so building relationships on LinkedIn is your jam. Start with one,
master it, and then you can add more ways for people to find you over time.
So, let's bring it all home. When you finally put a system like this in place, it's not just a small tweak, it's a total transformation for your business. Let's look at the final before and after. I mean, this slide says it all, right? On the left, you're relying on hope and luck. Interest shows up, and then it vanishes. But on the right, with a structured system, you're not relying on luck. You have an engine that is built to capture interest, to build trust on autopilot, and to create a predictable flow of real leads.
So when you boil it all down, these are the big things to remember. It's about building that bridge with a great lead magnet, building trust with an automated email sequence, and building consistency with the right strategies. It's really about that shift from just being visible to being truly valuable, and most importantly, systematic.
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. A system like this should be doing the heavy lifting for you, working in the background 24/7. It should free you up to do what you actually love to do. So the question is, are you just working for your marketing? Or is your marketing finally working for you?